opportunity to do a burn-in on this stove. I want to first of all say I'm sorry because it's so windy today. So it's going to be really loud with the wind, and there's also a lot of traffic because it's a Friday night and there's a lot of people driving around. So hopefully you can hear me, and we'll see what the audio is like on this video, but this is the only opportunity I've got to do this right now. So with that, let's go ahead and put this thing together. I should also mention I did find this wrench, and I'll just be adding that to this kit from now on for this bolt. I think it'll work by hand, but sometimes it gets a little sticky and it's kind of hard to turn by hand, so it'll probably be helpful to have a wrench included with this kit. Alright, so we need to put this, roll this chimney, the stove pipe. There's a specific way that you're supposed to do this. I'm just going to read you the instruction. It says right here, it says place the chimney in face down position and start rolling the chimney in the opposite direction. Make sure you roll it up fully in the opposite direction, and then you open up flat and just start rolling the chimney along the edge and start rolling it sideways. Put the rings on, and then once it's done rolling, you should be good. So we're going to try this. I'm going to use the gloves they gave me because this metal has got sharp edges on it and it can cut you. We want to start rolling it backwards. Rolling the edge. Alright, that was a major pain. It says you're supposed to do it with 2 people, but at least the first time. So that put a lot of dents in it, and I think I actually put a hole in it too. Not ideal. Now I'm just going to slide the rings up so that they're evenly spaced out. Well, I did a pretty bad job on this. Very difficult to do if you're just one person doing it. I might have to get a replacement stovepipe. I'm not sure where that crack is. It might be on the inside, hopefully. But my hope is that once I get the stove going and everything starts heating up, that it'll expand out and fix itself, hopefully. But once you've heated it up, or burned it in, as they say, it should be able to roll back up the way it's supposed to when you get it out the second time. It's supposed to be much easier, but this is not looking good at all. So I'm going to stake this thing down today. It's very windy. I don't want a chance getting the stovepipe wrecked more than it is already. Okay, well, the stovepipe's all set up, and when I'm tightening these down, these guy lines, it's important to remember not to tighten them too tight, because when that metal gets hot, metal gets soft, so you don't want the tightness of the guy lines to bend your metal. But now it's time to grab some wood and build a fire and see how well this thing works. finally got the fire started. That took a little bit because I was, of course, having to use traditional methods, but starting to see a little coloration of the metal. Smoke seems to be going out the chimney like it's supposed to, although when I closed the damper, you could see it had a bunch of smoke coming out the front. So I just opened the damper back up, and that seemed to fix that. So there's obviously a bit of a learning curve to this, so it's going to take a little bit to get that figured out. But you can see how crinkled up that stovepipe is. But even with all those crinkles and stuff, I don't see any smoke coming out of the sides of it or anything. Everything seems to be going up and out the top like it's supposed to. I'm just going to let this sit and keep that fire going for a couple hours just to get the full burn-in done, and hopefully we'll be good to go for the next time. I should say that once the fire actually got started, we got a little bit of coal bed in there. The fire kind of kept going pretty good, and once you get that fire going, it really seems to be pretty easy after that. I know, or I've heard and read that if you use like softwood like pine or something like that, and you stir the ashes a bunch, it'll cause sparks to go out the stovepipe, and which can land on your tent. So I'm just trying to keep in the practice of using only hardwood to try to avoid that. I also wanted to show you the airflow controls on this. The damper is open right now. I'm going to leave it that way for now just because the smoke kept coming out. I might mess with that a little bit just to see what we can do with it. But so the damper is open. Right now our airflow is closed, so I'm going to open that up. You can see how big of a difference that makes when that's closed as opposed to when it's open. There's a lot more airflow getting in there. So even that, just that little bit of airflow makes a big difference. I'm going to leave that open for a second and try messing with the damper a little bit. Alright, so the damper's in the closed position right now. Everything's closed. It's windy today, and there's a lot of just open holes in the sides just because of the way this thing's built. But still got pretty good airflow in there just from the wind going through the sides of it. Open that back up. So I'm kind of afraid to close the damper just because I'm seeing a lot of smoke coming out from right in here. So I'm probably gonna not mess with that too much. That should be open now. So anyways, just something to mess around with. I should also mention while I'm thinking of it, this glass is removable. These two are bolts, so you can take that out and clean it. Same on this side. These two are bolts, so you can remove those and slide the glass out if you have to clean that for whatever reason. Right now this glass is looking pretty dirty, but I think that will clean up over time. Well, this following morning, just let everything kind of burn out overnight, and everything burned out pretty good in there. There's nothing left but ash. But overall, I like this stove. I think it'll do just fine. I do want you to keep in mind though that I'm not telling you how to use this stove. This is my first time using one, and I'm not about to tell you or give you instructions on how to use it if I don't have any experience using it. So I just wanted to get it out here, try it out, and show you guys the stove and let you know what my thoughts were on it. I think it'll work pretty good. So next we gotta just take everything down and put it all away and see how well everything goes back into storage after being all heated up yesterday.
Oh no! The breakfast fell out.
Yeah, it's a little bit warped. The spark arrestor's got a little bit of junk in there, but it's not terrible. These ropes and rings are a little blackened up, but not too bad. The stove packed away pretty easily. The pipe actually rolled up pretty easily. But I will say I'm pretty happy with this stove so far. When I get a chance to use it a little bit more, I'll do another video and probably do a full review on it. But that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. And as I said, there'll be a link in the description below if you're looking for further information on the stove or you're interested in buying it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.